aspirants, welcome to Ecomice Academy. Today we are going to discuss about the concept of de-otis, which state is having this unique feature of de-otis and what are their related provisions, what are the rights they are entitled to and what are the rights which are they are not entitled to. All these things will be discussed in a brief and informative way. Let us discuss. First thing, we have an important announcement regarding TGPSC Group 1 Prelims cum Mains Foundation batch, so which is about to start from 23rd September, right? So the entire course duration will be for 7 months, including one-to-one mentorship. This course entirely has these features and there will be online and offline mode also available. At the same time, there will be English and Telugu medium coaching also available. Then there is also an important announcement regarding Mission Lakshya, which is one unique initiative where we will be discussing all the monthly current affairs from Yojana Kurukshetra, EPW, Down to Earth and PIB along with PYQs. So if one needs to purchase this for a month also, it will cost around 1000 rupees. But at the same price, you are going to get the analysis of all this particular content in a class format, you can say, with the guidance of Oberoi sir and Vijay sir. So these subjects also will get value addition from these magazines and all. So for further details, you can call us on the number, right? Then, so what is the concept we are discussing here? It is about de-otis. So what is the de-otis? Recently, Assam Chief Minister has informed that in Assam, there are almost 1.2 lakh de-otis. So what is de-otis? Who are doubtful otis, right? Or dubious otis. So that is what D means, dubious or doubtful. That means who are not actually the Indian citizens or whose citizenship is under question. For them, we consider them as D otis. So these persons will not have any voting rights. Let us discuss what is the main concept here. Then, what is de-otis? So first thing we have to keep in mind, this is doubtful otis. So if you see, this particular concept of doubtful otis or dubious otis is only unique to Assam. Right? It is only unique to Assam because you know in Assam the problems of migration and citizenship are quite common. So why it is quite common in Assam, right? So we know because if you have seen here Assam, right, as a state, if you see it, on the other hand it has Meghalaya. Here if you see there is Bangladesh border, right, and here if you see, right, we have other states and all. But if you see, because of its border with Bangladesh and all, continuously during Bangladesh Liberation War of 1971 and later on, so there are so many migrants who are coming from Bangladesh and settling in Assam. For that reason, so whose citizenship is not clearly determined, for them it is given as de-otis category, right? So for that reason, as Assam is continuously facing this influx of migrants as well as citizenship related issues, this concept was unique only to Assam. Then which particular body has introduced this concept? It is Election Commission of India, which has introduced this concept in 1997, right? Then what is the main thing you have to keep in mind? They don't have any definition under Citizenship Act of 1955 or even Citizenship Rules of 2003 or even in 2003 rules also. There is no mention about this concept of de-otis or doubtful otis. Then what is the main thing we have to keep in mind? These de-otis, as they don't have any citizenship related claims fulfilled, they don't have any voting rights. They don't have any voting rights and they cannot even contest main offices in India. They don't even contest main offices of India, right? That means any public post, if you want to contest like an MP, MLA or president, these persons are not entitled to, right? In case what happens is, when NRC, which is a unique exercise to Assam in finding out who is actual citizen and who is a migrant, so National Register of Citizens, so in this exercise they have come across all these de-otis. So if any person is a doubtful voter, they'll identify whether that person is actually a foreigner or an illegal migrant. So if any of these things happen, then he has to be deported back to his own country. So otherwise his citizenship will be under consideration, so under NRC. So his name can be included into NRC if he is not a foreigner or illegal migrant, but who doesn't prove his citizenship with respect to India. Then another thing we have to keep in mind is this process have to be very definite. Definite in the sense you cannot extend it for many years. So you have to settle this particular dispute or with respect to citizenship, whatever we have, that has to be settled at the earliest times. So that was the main provision you have to keep in mind with respect to de-otis. Then let's see the practice question given for the day. So in which year Assam got separated from Bengal to become a separate province? So in British India, when did Assam separate from Bengal province? Try to put your answer in the comment section. Then as we have reached end of the video, today we have discussed about the concept called de-odour, who is also doubtful odour or dubious odour. So to which state it belongs to and what is the uniqueness of this particular concept, right? So what is the origin of this particular concept and what are the provisions they are entitled to and what are those they are not entitled to, along with practice question. So this is all with respect to today's video. If you liked the video and found informative, let me know in the comment section. Thanks for joining. Have a great day.